What's up, world? Another episode of the Primetime Angles live on IG. It's your boy, the one and only Pop Dibiase, the Primetime Capper, and let's go ahead and get into it right away. I got a busy day. I got a bunch of interviews to go ahead and do. So you guys, about an hour, I'm going to be talking to the bread man, Julian J. Rock Williams, trainer, and we're going to have him in talking to him and just about the pandemic, Philly and everything like that, Philly boxing and all that good stuff. So you guys tune in for that. That should be a lot of fun. And then I have a special guest. I'm not gonna put it out there yet because I want to make sure that we get through the interview and we do the actual interview and everything like that. But I have a very special guest today who is a retired NFL player as well too. So I'm looking forward to that. And then at 12:30, Angelo Leo, who will be fighting Stephen Coolboy Fulton next week in Uncasaville, Connecticut, to kick off the Showtime PBC card for the summertime and for the remainder of the year. So, you guys, it's going to be a busy day for me, so let's go ahead and get into it. And up first, let's go ahead and talk about the WNBA. And in the WNBA, let's go ahead and talk about a league that will be starting tomorrow. And I'm going to give you my 5 top plays championship wise in this in the league and who I'm rocking with right now and who I think could have a big shot. Now, first and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about the darlings of the league last year. They literally had like every first round draft pick over the last 5 years on their team because you have to understand the Aces had just moved from San Antonio where they were absolutely a team that was, pretty much a shell of themselves. They were a team that literally just was out there playing and, nobody was really worried about that or anything of that nature. They were kind of just in the league. Then they move to Vegas and they get a bigger push because Vegas is a brand new pro sports town. And, they are willing to support anything that comes into the town to make sure that, that the teams know that the city has their back. So the Aces have made a very good impression on the city of Las Vegas, and they have taken them in as their own. And, this team is it's gonna be tough, but they still have Asia Wilson, who's seen as one of the best players in the league on both ends of the floor. They still have Kelsey Plum, who's a sharpshooter as well. And the only problem with this team right now is that Liz Cambage will not be there. And I know that they still have De'Erica Hamby, and that she's going to be huge in the spot since, they don't have Cambage. But they might revert back to how they were in their inaugural season in Las Vegas. But with the coaching of Bill Laimbeer, this team shouldn't be too bad, but I like the 3-1. I think the 3-1 is some good money right here, and I think it's a strong bet. So 3-1 on the Aces is not looking too bad. Possible MVP on their side right there. So we'll see how it goes. Now we move on to the lethal Connecticut Sun, who were so close to winning the title last year, but fell short against the Mystics. But the Sun, to me, they have some of the best shooters in the league, and they can really light it up. And pretty much this team has been in the thick of things the last few seasons and it has came up short. So their number is very valuable in my opinion, plus 425. And it's a team that's playing in a bubble situation. And when you have a good shooting team that's playing in a bubble situation, if they can figure everything out, then there should be a big chance for that team to go ahead and, take the whole thing. So I like the Connecticut Sun with the plus 425. And man, oh man, I'm telling you, this should be something that will work out very well for the rest of the, bettors and everything like that. But you're getting some strong value with this one. Now, this one right here, this is going to be the Phoenix Mercury right here. Phoenix Mercury, as you know, this team is led by some vets. And they're always going to play a part because Diana Taurasi is literally the Kobe Bryant of females, in my opinion. And she's still a gamer, still a competitor. And, Diana Taurasi does have a lot to prove and everything this season. It seemed like she had a bit of a fall-off point. And, they always got Brittany Griner, the pretty much the tallest woman in the league. And, she's dunking on folks as well, too. And she's really hard to stop inside the paint. So, that's the one thing that can separate the Mercury from the rest of the field if they're able to get hot in this situation as well too. You have to remember they're in a sprint as well too with a 22 game season. So, and they're playing in a bubble situation as well too. And you already know they're women, so they're gonna have their little monthly issues and things of that nature as well too. That's just nature, and so you got to factor that part in. So it's always gonna be unpredictable with the WNBA, but I feel like if you want to go ahead and bet some strong value, an 8-1 ticket, then the Mercury is a very good bet. Now, the champions from 2018, this is the Seattle Storm. The Seattle Storm are now returning their best players. Sue Bird, I think she will be back, but I know for sure Brianna Stewart will be back. They still have Jewel Lloyd as well too. They also got a top pick this year because they struggled last season, and literally they can just get themselves right back to where they were already at, and they're giving them a number of 7-2, but really it's plus 450. That's how it looks on the books, that it's plus 450. But I'm going by what we do at the track. That's 7-2 right there, and that's some good money right there. You put up your 450, you put up your 100, you get back 450 for that. You put up your 2, you get back 900 for that. So this is a good deal for a team that is very capable of winning the WNBA Championship next season, and that's going to be the Seattle Storm. So remember that you're getting a good number on the Seattle Storm, and I would grab it now. I wouldn't wait for the season to start and try to get comfortable with things, because as it goes, this number is just going to chip down and get lower, in my opinion. Now, this is kind of a skeptical number, but it's very understandable because this team is about to be really deep this year. And that's going to be the LA Sparks. And I know I'm being a little bit of a homer because I'm an LA boy and things of that nature. And you know that they do occupy a little bit of residency in the Staples Center as well too. So literally what I'm going to do with this one right here, I'm going to take the Sparks with the 3-1 here, and we're going to go ahead and see how this one shakes out. I truly do feel like we will be in a good situation with this one because you got a team that's 5-2 to win the championship this year, plus 350, and they've acquired some really good players. They brought in Christy Tolliver. They've also brought in Simone Augustus as well too. These ladies have championship experience. Then you got Candace Parker. You already know Candace Parker, a very, very adequate player who's still a star player. Maybe she's gone a little too Hollywood for some people's liking, but if her and Derek Fisher can get along, then they should be fine, and the Sparks should be right there in the thick of things, and their 5-2 for the championship looks really good to me. So that's it for the WNBA. Those are my top 5 plays for WNBA prop bets championship wise. So with that, we're going to move on, and let's go ahead and talk about the NBA draft lottery odds. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. So let's start off first with who I feel is going to be the team that, well, this is a team I feel that deserves the first pick in the draft. They might not get it, but I truly do feel like they deserve the first pick in the draft. And that's going to be the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are 92 right now, plus 550. And man, I'm telling you right now, anybody that plays for the Hawks right now, they'll have a pretty good time of it, because you have Trae Young, and then you also have John Collins as well too, who is a very, very uber athletic player who can score, rebound, block shots, play great defense. And a lot of their top players, they're very underrated right now because the Hawks have been so bad the last few seasons. But if they're able to get this first pick in the draft, I guarantee that they will probably pick somebody like James Wiseman or whoever the big is in this draft, so they can go ahead and complete the full circle of having, a great guard, a great perimeter player, and a player in the box. And I think this will make them a really, really, really surprising team. They might not make the playoffs right away after that, but still, it will make it a surprise team. And also, you get to wear these awesome new jerseys that Atlanta has right here, man. Do you see how cool these jerseys are? I didn't put the white one up But do you see next year they're gonna call these are called statement jerseys? Jordan will be sponsoring these jerseys next season, but the Hawks unveiled their jerseys pretty quickly. They kind of went back old school with it as well too. I felt like the Hawks were kind of confusing us a little bit with their latest trends and colors and things like that. I'm glad to see them go back to the patented red, white, and yellow format, and then that black jersey is pretty clean as well too. It reminds you of the 80s, 90s eras Hawks teams that were very consistent and won a lot. Now, here goes a rival to the Hawks here in the Southeast Division, and that's going to be the Charlotte Hornets. And I know that their logo looks really, really funny right now because literally it looks like it's not a NBA logo. It looks like it's some type of company or some type of charity or something of that nature. And it pretty much it matches my shirt pretty good as well too. But I do like that 12-1 right there. I think that it's a gift to Michael Jordan to give him the first pick in the draft, and it's highly possible that this does occur. So I'm going to go ahead and circle the Hornets as well too. I really do think that this could work out for the Hornets where they can get themselves a top pick in the draft and everything like that. And if they were able to get the top pick in the draft, I would say somebody like LaMelo Ball or once again James Wiseman would be the play for this team, because James Wiseman, regardless of him having a limited college career, he looked very good, and he seemed like he was maybe NBA ready as well too. So I think that they're looking at it in the sense that you don't want to just go run away from the big man. That might be the difference in you winning for years and losing for years, because you can't keep drafting the same position. And that's what a lot of these teams do at the top. So hopefully the Hornets make a good decision if they're able to pull it off and get the 12-1, because the way that the lottery works now, everybody has an opportunity to be the first pick in the draft. And I'm just putting it out there that Charlotte might get a gift just because Michael Jordan's love fest of 2020. Now, let's go ahead and talk about it. We got the Bulls, and the Bulls, man, I'm telling you right now, the Bulls are a team that literally is going to be able to, once again, and I know it's kind of faded as well, too, the Bull sign's ugly, but, when you look at this, man, you say to yourself, damn, all right, Chicago, we are here again, and you're over here as usual in this situation, and I totally feel that Chicago 9-1 is a good price on Chicago, because Chicago's such a mess right now, and every team that's such a mess and has been coming up with new GMs seem to keep winning the draft the last few years as well too. So I like the 9-1 on the Chicago Bulls. I think that is some good money there if you go ahead and put them on in your group as well too. And 9-1 is a strong number for a team that has a strong chance of being the number one pick in the draft. So I like that 9-1 on them. So that's another high value bet for you guys for that situation right there in the NBA lottery. And then I didn't put the odds on here, but again, the New York Knicks 5-1. That's my number one right there. And I feel like the Knicks are really 5-1 is a good number on the Knicks. We all know that the Knicks need a whole lot of help. And we already know that the chosen one, part 2, probably, maybe, well, he's the chosen one in LeVar Ball, but to a lot of people, they want to see him fail. But I think this is going to be the Ball brother that actually succeeds in the NBA due to playing pro basketball since he was about 16 years old. So here it is, New York Knicks. They get the first pick in the draft. Without a doubt, they take LaMelo Ball, in my opinion. They want to sell tickets. They truly do want to sell tickets. And, they losing a bit of the fan base now because everybody can't stand the owner. This right here will have everybody ignore the owner's actions and actually pay attention to what's going on the court, and they could develop a very good chemistry between him and RJ Barrett. So we'll see how it goes, and it seems like I'm kind of cheerleading Melo to the Knicks, but I just feel like everybody in the NBA deserves to be on the correct fit. It's not about who's drafting you at what spot. It's about where you fit at best. And I think that LaMelo Ball fits the Knicks best. And wherever they draft at, if it's in the top 3, he'll be on their roster. But, the Knicks with the first pick, that will give them some leverage as well, too, to maybe even think about getting a angry veteran, because regardless of what anybody says, it's still intriguing to be on the New York Knicks. Come on, man. It's Midtown Manhattan. It's New York City. It's hard to pass up. It's some fun living. That's what I can tell you, because I've been out there twice, man. And, I literally don't even want to leave a place when I'm out there. I want to stay out there for like a month, but my business is only for the week. So it is what it is, man. So there it is, New York Knicks. That's 5-1. And my last, and then it's only 4, it's top 5, but the last one will be simple here. It's gonna be what they would call the field. Okay, so there's 6 teams right now still in the bubble that are gonna be possible playoff teams, possible lottery teams as well too. So you can say at least maybe 4 of those teams would be lottery teams. For sure. But you're gonna get yourself, I think, 5, 6 of these teams. But 14 is not lottery anymore. 13 is the last pick that you can have as a lottery pick. So, literally, these teams are waiting around for their end, and they could possibly still get a first pick in the draft as well too, if they wind up being in that group of 14. So, We'll see how it goes, but 5-1 is a good number on that as well too. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to it. We are in the halfway point of the show, and we are gonna go ahead and jump over to this right here, and this is gonna be for the MLB. In the MLB, boy oh boy, I don't have any graphics for that. I'm just going back to the original graphic right now. But MLB Friday, literally the true opening day of baseball, is happening today. And with that, we got ourselves a really good group here. It's going to be the MLB PrimeTime PK6, the first one of the year, with your boy Dibiase. So here we are. Here it is. Up first, we got the over 8.5 with the Tigers and the Reds. And then we had the -1.5 on the Indians as well. That's a -110, -130 actually. I'm so sorry about that. The Indians are a high number with the run line today, but I think that they do win by 2 or more runs. And the over 8.5 with the Tigers and the Reds, I think that's gonna happen. Matt Boyd, Sonny are two really good pitchers. Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray should probably dominate pretty well for the Reds. And Matt Boyd is always an iffy pitcher. So we're going to see what goes on with this. But over 8.5 looks like it's destined to happen. That's why we're circling it. The 1.5 with the Indians, I feel like they should have their way with Dan Duffy today. They should be able to jump out to a big lead and then just relax for the rest of the game. So I like them with the -1.5. And then I also like the Twins. Me and Jeff talked about that yesterday. Jose Barrios, I think, will have a very impressive performance today. And the White Sox are going to put a little bit too much pressure on themselves. And, the Twins will figure out a way to win, because the Twins are seen as still the top team in the league top team in that division until somebody bumps them off. So I like the Twins today with the -105. Then we're going to go ahead and throw in the under 8 with the Pirates and the Cardinals. This is a good old-fashioned rivalry game, and pretty much this is what it is. This is what it is at the end of the day. Give me 10 minutes. Yeah, but... Okay, so there it is with that. We're going to go ahead and put that in there. The under 8 on the Pirates and the Cards. And then with the Mariners, I like the Mariners a lot tonight, but it's going to be tough to take them. But I'm still getting plus money on the run line. So I'm going to take the +1.5 run line with the +130 tonight. And I think that we'll be able to cash that ticket as well too. So you guys already know. You already know. And then at the end of the night, hopefully this team can be the ones that are the cashing cashing king as they've been before for me. Let me give you a great story about this. I had the A's last season. It was in a pick six situation, and we needed the A's late. They were down 5 runs in the final inning. They wound up scoring 6 runs in that inning and winning the game. So you just know that honestly, that the A's have been good to us a few other times as well too, in cashing these MLB tickets as well. But I always want you guys to single what you like. You know what I mean? Do not just jump into this thing and say, "Oh, I'm a parlay." The parlay is more for bettors who don't want to lose too much money, but still have some fun and have somewhat of a lotto ticket in there. It's a big risk. It's a small risk, big reward situation. Okay, but if you have the disposable income to throw $50 to $100 on there and it hits, you're gonna be good for the next few months. I just paid your rent. Okay, so there it is with that. That's going to be my pick six today. It's going to be 51-1 as well, too. And once again, let me run that down for you. Over 8.5 with the Tigers and the Reds. -1.5 with the Indians. The Twins money line is -105. Under 8, Pirates Cards. +1.5, Mariners +130. A's money line -1.5. -145. And there it is. There it is. The pick six, 51-1. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the best bets over at Del Mar today, down in beautiful Solano, Solano Beach. I'm so sorry. Man, I'm over here. I got 15 things that coming in at once. I got all these messages, so I'm kind of rushing a little bit. Sorry about that. But we're going to make sure we finish the show with a bang. So, all right. So, up first, race 1. That's where our best value lies at. We're going to have a horse by the name of Heart Full of Stars. Heart Full of Stars is a really good horse. This horse is going to be ridden by TJ Pereira. And this horse is actually trained by Edwin Alvarez. The horse was an 8-1 morning line, but right now it's been bet down to 5-2. So people do see what I see, that this horse is going to be a very, very tough horse to beat today. Even though Fabazi is the morning line favorite at this point, and then you do have Horse Greedy in this race as well too. These horses are very familiar with each other, and I feel like today it's going to be Heart Full of Stars' turn to win this race. So I'm turn to win the race. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 6 horse here, Heart Full of Stars. We're going to go ahead and box this horse with the 1, 2, and the 5 for the exacta, trifecta, superfecta. You can also go ahead and key the 6 horse with the 1, 2, and 5 for those same bets, the exacta, trifecta, and the superfecta, which is a bit of a cheaper option for you if you don't want to go with the box version of it. But if you do go with the key means that horse has to win. Okay, so the 6 will have to win on your key bet. If you box it, any of those 4 horses come in the sequences, you'll be able to go ahead and cash that ticket as well too. So I like to box myself to give myself a chance and win, play, show on my key horse. So that kind of gives me the 2 for 1, the double up is somewhat in that race. And these races are races that I always feel like you can go both ways on and everything like that. But I will have the card available. I'll be tweeting that out all day. We got an 11 race card here at Del Mar. It's going to be a long day at Del Mar, and I know there's going to be some money made over here. So make sure you follow the Twitter at Pop Dibiase, and I promise you I'll be handing you guys some money today for sure. Now we got the Daisy Cutter handicap at in race 9, and in the Daisy Cutter handicap, you got the I got a horse here named Surrender Now. That's going to be the 8 horse. That horse right now is a morning line 9-2. And that means this horse is would pay out $11 for on a $2 bet. So if you put 20 on it, you'll probably make $110, depending on how the bets go. It could be higher, it could be lower. I honestly think that this horse will fall in the 7-2, 4-1 category, probably at the lowest 3-1. But this horse looms the danger, should have a big shot. Hasn't done well in its last few races, which were stakes races as well too, but did win an allowance when the horse did last time the horse did win. But their last 3 races after that have been stakes races, very tough. So they have went against the competition that's good enough to say that they should have a shot in this race. So I'm going to go with this horse. The Surrender Now is going to be trained by Peter Miller and ridden by Abel Cedillo. So I like this horse, and let's see how it goes. And then we're going to also add in a horse named Still the Diamonds. This horse is going to be trained by Mike Pipey and ridden by Agapito Delgadillo, the old man who still rides like a young man. And then we have Jojo Air. This horse is going to be the invader coming from back east, trained by Wesley Warden. Is going to be ridden by Flavian Pratt, the top jockey in the Southern California colony. And so everything, I know a lot of the money is going to jump on that horse right there. So I like that horse still. That horse will be in the late pick 4 as well. And then we're going to add in the 4 horse, Miss TV. Miss TV is a horse that is going to be trained by Phil D'Amato and ridden by Ruben Fuentes. And this horse is a Ireland bred. So, when you put these Ireland breds on the turf in a stakes race, that you're not just bringing them out there to be a part of the pageantry parade. So my thing is that these horses should be a really, really tough race, but I do like that 4 horse here as well too. And so we're going to go ahead and put this group together, and we're going to box it up where it's going to be the 3, 4, 6, 8. You can key it being the 8, 3, 4, 6. Okay, so there it is. That's going to be race 9, the Daisy Cutter Handicap. Then we have the nightcap, race 11. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with number 10, the Street Fighter. The Street Fighter is a horse that I'm very familiar with. The horse didn't do that great, in the beginning, but it's matured. It's doing a little bit better, and I think that it can catch everybody by surprise today. The horse is a 12-1 morning line, so this is like a shot of the day type of bet as well too. But the horse has the best figures in the field, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and circle the 10 horse Street Fighter here, and then this is the super high 5 race. So you guys can go ahead. We're going to add the 1, the 4, the 8, and the 12 here as well. So if you guys want to box up the super high 5, what I suggest, that would be a $60 bet, and that would be something that could be a big hitter at the end of the day for a very deep field of horses. So that means that the odds will be a bit different than they would be in a shorter field. So you can expect the odds to stretch out a little bit. So I quite possibly can figure that it will be a horse that will be somewhat of a price. So that's why I'm going ahead and saying that super high 5 could be a strong bet at the end of the day. And real quick, let me go over our pick 4. This is going to be races 8 through 11. And in the leg 1, we're going to take the 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. This is a maiden race with a lot of young horses that have never been on the track before. So we're going to go ahead and, have never ran in a real race before. So we're going to see exactly how this goes, but this usually is a field that yields a big number. So I want it to go all, but I never want to spend more than $36 on a pick 4. It's just not worth it. So the thing is, because you'll spend $60 on a pick 4 and wind up winning $40. Come on, man. You just over there cashing tickets and losing money. I can't do that. So that's where we're going with that one. Leg 2, we're going to go with the 6 and the 8. And then in leg 3, we're going to go with the 3 and the 11. And to cap it off, we're going to go with the 8 and the 10. And this will cost you $28. And I'm telling you, this should be a good day of racing. We got 11 races on the card. I look forward to it. We should have a whole lot of fun for the day as well too, because it's just Friday. It's beautiful. It's LA, and man, it is what it is. I know we're in a pandemic, but keep smiling, baby. That's all I can say, because it'll be over soon. That's all. That's what it's all about, okay? So at the end of the day, you already know it's all about cashing them tickets. So if you guys follow these tickets and you make some money off of it, let me know, because that makes me happy as well too, because I want to make sure I'm getting that money in your pockets. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't capable of doing it. All right? So it is what it is. Happy Friday, world. Have a great weekend. I'll be back to you guys Monday. It's always a blast, and this is the premier sports betting show. Brought to you by PrimeWave Media Group. And we are gone.